finish that extra. Yeah, wake up, dead man. This is Anaconda. I'm gonna eat this little anaconda as we go. But it's me, Milan, and Brad. Milan's suggestion for this lovely remake, reboot, 21 Jump Street-esque meta movie continuation. But oh shit, I forgot how to start. Oh, we'll do 420 reviews really quick, and then jump into thoughts. Do a little Bradley Cooper's trivia and jump into spoilers. I forgot to ask when we started recording. Who wants to go first with their 420 review?
Like it's my turn somehow.
Either or, I got mine ready.
All right. The second Anaconda film. No, not the sequel. Amazonian adventure of lifetime. Oh, Anaconda is real. Poor terrified little piggy.
Yep.
Action, adventure, comedy, horror. Jack and Rudd remake. Fake movie, real snake. Chicken jockey, Anaconda style. Anaconda dead? Who knows?
The best case scenario for yet another reboot. Not jumps. Riz. All these hey. Anaconda. Y'all. But yeah, apparently I won't. I got one thing spoiled for me, and we got it. But yeah, what'd y'all think of Anaconda?
I, going into this movie, had no idea what this movie was. I just assumed it was like a continuation of the first movie from, I think it was 96, 97, somewhere in that range, which I'd seen before and was kind of scary growing up. And then as soon as I started seeing like Jack Black and Paul Rudd, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure this is not a continuation of this movie. Pretty sure it's just kind of a reboot. So I was expecting it to be funny going in. Once I figured out like the cast of characters, so I figured it'd be more funny than scary. It does have some scary bits of like, they try to do like a little bit of jump scares, but I wouldn't consider this a horror movie by any means. I'd probably consider it more of like a darker comedy, I guess. I mean, it's nothing crazy scary, but they do try to make it some areas at least jump scary for us. So I mean, other than that, I mean, it was solid. No complaints here.
So I was in a similar boat before we decided to watch that film, because for the longest time I kept seeing like trailers pop up, but I never watched the trailer because I was just so like, I love Jack Black and Paul Rudd, and when I saw it, it was just like an Anaconda sequel with them, that just doesn't make any sense. So I just refused to watch the trailers. And then finally we were trying to find something to watch as a family, and I was like, oh, well, this one is still in there. Oh, let's at least watch the trailer. And we watched it, and we're like, oh, this is nothing like that. Let's go watch this. So I'm really happy that we decided to finally watch the trailer and go ahead and watch the film, because I enjoyed it. It was fun. It definitely had its funny moments. I will say that I'm a scaredy pants, and by the end of it, I was definitely like, all right, I'm ready for this to be done. I'm tired of this snake. My son was like all like hiding behind me. Like we were both over it. So true, it is not a horror film, but if you have a fear of snakes, or if you're like jumpy or sensitive like me, you're still going to be terrified like halfway through the film. So
I saw this almost every time I saw there. So it was, I enjoyed the trailer. I'll say, and this doesn't matter because it's not in the movie, it had two moments that weren't, that I dislike it not being. One, I'm glad. Two moments. Jack Black is from the almost gets slow mo's and then in that, like more close-ups or cut up and not that. Great shot. Why did you not have that? And then when they are in the van to escape it, and poor guy, they go away. They had great shots outside of them, turning around and cinematic and kind of epic shots out there. The one part I did like not being, so I would have liked in the movie just with a different take, was the three of I only glad it's out. Andy all red doing act like us, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just inconsistent with the other two, but that little head tilt kind of just scratched a weird part of my brain. I just want it to be Don't tilt your head. Just say it straight to the camera. All your smile or whatever other parts, just something about that always bothers me. That was the last one, so I did a really good job. There's some stuff where you're like, all right, this functions. But like, only one part. Yes, it's Ratcatcher 2. Suicide Squad. I'm like, why is she? Oh, okay, it made sense. Okay, function. But the bear is spoiler. When the movie opened, this is the only time in the whole film that I felt this. Cinematography felt 20% lacking. So I was like, oh, we're seeing their film they're making. Then it knows how to make it. But it was, yeah, it was good enough. Worked stuff that like shooting collaboration, comfortable getting away. Catching.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't think trying to stay spoiler free. I don't know. Got nothing. I'm interested in some of the spoiler topics just because there's a couple little things, but non-spoiler. I mean, I think it was overall fairly solid reboot remake. I think it's a little less scary than the first one because I think the first one was a little bit more focus on the snake aspect of things and not so much everything around the snake. I'm interested to see if they continue on this pathway, similar to like Jumanji and like the new Jumanjis, if they're going to continue on going down this kind of like path of a second Anacondas or something.
Similar to you, I know I've seen the. I remember so little of it that even though I know it, I don't remember a single scene in the first or anyone. Just like, yes, that is a film I have seen. Gun to my head, Anaconda. Oh no! I will say, there's been a lot of movies that kind of take. Some do it better. Didn't feel like it was thoroughly copy pasting. Way this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good like first swing at something like this. I think this is going to open up the doors for some other movies to be kind of remade or rebooted in this kind of comedy-esque style. So those like late '90s movies. I mean, they're continuing on like Alien and Predator with different ways, but like there are other movies from like the mid to late '90s that they could probably reboot with newer actors and kind of refresh it a little bit for people that are I guess a little bit younger and maybe have not seen the originals, but still have enough of the old original movie that older people that have seen those movies would still enjoy those movies, would still be fresh in the sense of like, okay, this isn't copy and paste for the new one.
I do. Ready,
So the only thing I've got, this is a somewhat recent movie. It came out on Christmas Day, I think it was, of 2025. Is when it first came out. So it's still relatively new and still in theaters. But both this movie and the original Anaconda and I had it pulled up, now I don't have it pulled up. 1997 were made on the same budget of $45 million. And as of the Wikipedia page, they are almost exactly the same in the box office. The original Anaconda in 1997 had 136 million. The 2025 Anaconda has 131 million. So a difference of about $5 million between the both on the exact same budget.
Thank you, because I forgot to say that in the beginning. I think that's one. Anaconda released December 25th, 2025, and it was directed by Todd Gormican and written by Tom Gormican and Kevin Etten.
Kevin Etten looks like he was a producer for the Late Night Show with David Letterman. He also worked as a screenwriter and producer for other TV shows like Reaper, Workaholics, Scrubs, and Desperate Something.
On his IMDb, it says that he's also known for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Beverly Hills Cop. Excellent. See, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Say spiritual sequel adaptation. Not as good, of course, but
Never seen I've never seen adaptation, but I will vouch for Unbearable Weight of Bearable Weight of Massive Talent, something like whatever the movie is. That one.
So adaptation, amazing. Nicolas Cage playing two Nicolas. Thing is, it's directed by Spike Jonze, and he plays Charlie Kaufman. Wait, yeah, he plays two characters. Oh, okay. It's cut off. He plays Charlie Kaufman, and I believe a fictionalized brother, Donald. Charlie Kaufman is a writer. He wrote the screenplay. He adapted a book called The Orchid Thief. And the whole plot is that Charlie Kaufman is adapted into a movie. So the movie is an adaptation of that book about him as the writer trying to. His fictionalized brother takes some story, the book story, takes that and writes what Charlie Kaufman says drivel plot ever and immediately sells it. Great job. And then there's a fictionalized version of the author of story. Where is he? I'm not finding it very quickly, but there's a fictionalized version of that arguing story to him. Meryl Streep's in it. Tilda Swinton. It's glorious. I believe, Meryl Streep plays the author. Incredibly mindfucky, even in its rating for this movie. Out of the dope meat, would you say it's ayahuasca, mushroom, edible joint, skunky, poison, or big fun?
I'm probably right there with you. Yeah, I think it was good. I don't think it's great, so I'm not going to go up. I don't think it was bad enough to downgrade it all. So I would say this is a good average movie that you'll probably watch about as many times as the new Jumanji movie, and that'll probably be about it.
Talking about Next Level,
whatever the first one was.
the first Dwayne Johnson one?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
Where they body swap.
Right. So there's the Jumanji we all know and love.
Yeah, not that one.
Welcome to the Jungle with Jack.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, bodies. Then the Next Level has.
Oh, wow. The first one.
The one with the.
Okay. Okay. The first one. We'll go with the first one. You know way more. You know way too much about that.
when I saw Welcome to the Jungle, after everyone said it was really good, and I saw it in D-Box, I was like, okay. Dwayne Johnson did a really good 4-quadrant. Next Level was
it's a joint for me.
a trilogy. Trifecta. All right, so we'll get into spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The thing that was spoiled for me was right before, and a lovely employee told me Ice Cube. I don't know if he was, but he said
he was one of the main characters.
Okay. He was mistaken. I think he mixed up the Triple X guys. Said he would see Anaconda. I was like, that's crazy because he did Triple X Union. But okay, cool.
And J-Lo was in it too. And I think there were love interests in that first one too. So.
Did not know J-Lo. Love that he was like, "Are they okay?" Like Jenny from the block. Then whoever. But I would have lost my mind if I didn't. Okay, so the only thing, and I think they could have tweeted just a little bit to make it, was Paul Rudd's absolute lie. He had the rights. Like, you could have had it where he actually thought, and then called, was like, wait, like, sweetie, I want you. No, I don't have something like that. Because at the end of the day, when you're in the middle of the have died, nobody, even the tour guide, ends up surviving. I remember. Nobody we actually care about is. Although the fact that Paul Rudd shot was a wild, unexpected happened. because I'm like, oh shit.
I kind of expected there to be cameos in this movie. One is kind of like a tradition to kind of like hand off the franchise when you kind of reboot stuff like this. So it's not. I was kind of expecting it, and then they were also kind of playing that like meta joke, and I forgot who they were using throughout the movie of like, well, this isn't so and so's movie, kind of referencing the first Anaconda's movie. I forgot. I'm looking at the cast list. I don't remember who it was. John Voight, I think it was. That they kept referencing in the movie. So I was kind of expecting him because they kept mentioning him. But also I was just kind of expecting like J-Lo and Ice Cube at some point in time just because they were kind of like the main two of the movie. And then looking at the old cast, I don't remember Owen Wilson being in there, but he was definitely in that movie.
We got from the trailers, you're approved for $9,400. He sticks to the whole movie. But yeah, it was for like 5 minutes. I didn't know it was actually cute. I don't know what goes into costuming. He looked more like a than her, and she did not look generic in Fast X. She immediately got that. I don't know what. For a minute, I was like, "Buddy, whoops." It is interesting how she. Yeah, she just jumps into filming. She's like, "Yeah, fine." Until she's like, "Okay, I'm bored."
Yeah, she was in Spider-Verse. She's been in a lot of stuff.
What was she as Spider-Verse?
She was Gwen Stacy in the Portuguese dubs.
That's cool. I thought she was gonna play like another because there was, like across the Spider-Verse, someone play wheelchair Spider-Man. He's like, "You think we use comedy as a crutch? Get it, crutch." I thought she'd have a cameo in the actual. So cool that she. Hockey film. Well, I don't know.
That Anaconda is gone, much like the movie one where it gets blown up with flares, some gasoline, and I think there's something else, but it was ultimately a flare gun lighting a bunch of gasoline and propane and stuff like that, and petrol. I think they can continue on with this franchise even without that snake and just bring in a different snake, or have the pet guy get another snake and it grows up and it eats him or something like that, and it supercharges him to make some supercharged anaconda snake. I don't know, but I think they can continue on with this franchise even though they blew up the first snake.
The only thing I can think of is actually Halo Ice. Actually, wrong. It also reminded me of Kind of Rewind again. I have no idea. Still gonna make it. It's not as easy. Oh, it's just okay. Have any TV shows where it's a new, especially something that's already made. So unless they've made the new, excellent. Look, this is the snake. And then like starts terrorizing small.
I think they can definitely just redo it with a different snake because
Definitely would be.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying I think they could do it and like they could sell us a story if they wanted to do a second one, which maybe they will, maybe they won't. I mean, this was technically a successful movie based on just the box office. So theoretically, if they wanted to go a second time around, they could sell us a story of like, this is the snake handler's new pet or something like that, and somehow it gets overly big or something like that, and they have to go try and catch it for him since they're now best friends or whatever. I don't know. I definitely think they could make an Anacondas if they really wanted to.
I pitched, made the movie, did it in the form, had 2 Anacondas, and decided instead of Terry, they go back to for the premiere.
or the snake gets its way back to wherever they are, LA or whatever, comes out of the sewer grate.
Oh, but that's why
Starts messing with them at their house.
That was my first thing, but then I'm like, it's so out there, it's like so separated. Unless you literally have a snake anacondaing its way around a whole ass building, they're getting out. Like 10% of the people are dying. Then everybody's gone. Like, you just have police show up and just shoot the snake.
No,
and it gets if it gets in the sewer, it's just gone. It's not gonna be like Voldemort, where it's like
it's gonna come in through the toilet.
At one house 3 miles away.
It's gonna come through the toilets. It's gonna come out.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see a porcelain toilet that breaks every couple span. It comes out, but like if it's just in a big old place like Hollywood.
Now everybody's going to think about that next time they're sitting on the toilet. They're going to be like, could be a snake in here.
You know what? I do want it in Hollywood now. And I want it only if every single actor who ever thought he was an action star tried showing up. Like, you know how the first match in Gladiator, kind of just 4 other gladiators? I want that. I want Dwayne Johnson to show up. Go, and then disappear into the because he'll never say get the whole movie. But every other action star, you get Arnold Schwarzenegger be like, "You will be terminated," and just 60 minutes of 60 different action stars.
So. That reminded me of a different thing. 60. You said 60 minutes of like just people getting eaten. This movie, how long was it? Just out of curiosity, 99 minutes, and it felt super tight. And it's in a sense that like I don't feel like they wasted a whole lot of time. Everything was like bang, 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 bang. So it didn't feel like they bloated any part of it. The parts that we kind of stayed on for a little bit felt like it was building tension towards something, whether it be the snake popping out or the snake sliding by or something. The one guy going missing in the reeds in the water and stuff like that. What his name was he the tour guide? That was like they got drunk and want to go find a new snake. So everything felt like it didn't feel bloated. Everything felt like right where it needed to be. So when 99 minutes, I was like, well, that's the end of the movie. I was like, oh man, even with credits and the beginning front, I was out of there in almost less than 2 hours. I was like, this is actually pretty good. I wish more movies would do that, and not so much like bloated out so much that they have to hit that 2 hour runtime and stuff like that. So
I will say you didn't say. I will bristle whenever anybody says perfect time. Any movie. Oh, Troy, the director. Even King Kong. Avatar. Like, there are movies I love because like
Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Lord of the Rings. But yeah, for this one, like this kind of movie, it was all the moments. Sony coming in, we're rebooting Anaconda. It's like, but did what it needed. I do wonder how you make Anna's part. I don't know. I think it justified itself with the twist. It got out when it didn't time it happened in the third act. There is something to it.
I mean, even the thing of like, oh, we're rebooting Anaconda and the boats are passing on the river. Even that didn't go too long because they just like paid that off right away. Like within 2-3 minutes of screen time, like we're fine, we're on the boat wreckage of now their boat's wrecked and blah blah blah. So I mean, even stuff like that, like they didn't like drag it out and make us wait. Pretty much everything that they wanted to do, they paid off within a reasonable amount of time. Even the ending when they're setting up the kind of like the kill sequence, didn't feel overly bloated. So
certain point, I was like, wait. All right, holy shit! And then it happened. Honestly, I don't even think I put it together. That was the same. But once he was, here we go. There we go. Got some extra with a megaphone gonna come out. We'll see. And the fact that they used the set. I also wouldn't be surprised. I was to have Ice Cube, or rather, that Ice Cube's that was reshot later. Had the big showdown. Did what it wanted to. Anything else from y'all? Or no pressure.
It was,
I want to say, or should we?
No. It was the right amount of nostalgia for anybody who grew up on Anaconda. Just in general, like even for someone like me who was terrified of it, like, you know, like you mentioned earlier, like as a kid or whatever, it still hit on all of those notes that I remember, like people talking about, like when the film came out, or I was. I definitely watched it.
97, but I'm not going to ask how old you are. But it came out in 97.
Yeah.
So if you were alive, okay, great. Yeah. If you weren't, you've seen it. You saw
it. No, I definitely was alive. I definitely remember like it being talked about when I was younger. But I was like, was it like around the time it came out? So yeah, it was a few years obviously after or whatever. But you know, it does make me a little bit nostalgic of like some of the elements of the original film. Like I love the way that they brought about the other characters because it kind of touched on the themes of their characters from the original Anaconda. Like he was the bad A protector, you know, so that's how they brought him into this film. You know, J-Lo was kind of like, you know, the girl that everybody wanted. So like the way they pulled her in the end kind of fit with her character from the original film too. So I appreciated that. And it was fun.
Also, I love that you two early on in this, at some point, and people first, really? And then I was laughing. I think you roasted me a little longer. I was like, hey, we're no longer in that age when like we treat women's values based on that number. So we move past. So that's why I call that. Listen now. It's actually so weirdly. This is or call forward. Really, yeah, like an anaconda does with its prey. Should we wrap it up?
I feel like you practice these.
No, thank you though. That's such a compliment. I've definitely heard when I used to do Lyft and Uber, like how many times you said that one before. I was like, never, and I probably won't remember, and I don't remember 90% of the shit I said. But I appreciate you. I just did a lot of improv. All right, so I think I know the answer. I definitely know the answer for me. Is this better than Wake Up Dead Man? The amount of thinking is surprising me. Just a big old no for me.
I would say probably
with
not,
respect.
But they're hard to compare because I mean this movie is more of like a comedy. Turn off your brain, don't think too hard, laugh, get spooked a little bit here and there. Where the other movie was more of a thinker, more of like because of the whodunit murder mystery aspect of everything. You're trying to figure it out and you're trying to be on your toes. I'm going to say that's probably a better movie, but like if I wanted to turn my brain off and just enjoy a movie without having to think too hard, then I would say this movie is better. But overall, I would say that Wake Up Dead Man is a better film.
I mean, realistically, I would only rewatch one of those films, and that's this one. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the film. We've just discovered that genre of movie is just not for me.
I will say at work, for the first time ever, somebody else, customer, brought up Knives Out to me. Like, oh my God, they love the first two. And I will say you'll like this for a moment. For a moment, they were like, yeah, I was watching it. I didn't like Wake Up Dead Man. I stopped watching it. And I was like, I told them I saw it 20 times. I was chopping it. And then they were like, I was watching it with family. They kept asking questions. Like those questions like, who's that? And you're like, I don't know. Not that I swore. And they're like, yeah, so I'm going to try it again. Because I was like, it's not by a mile, but most everybody who's obsessed with those movies. I hope they come back as a customer. I get to find out. Yeah, this may be a joint, but it's dope. Movies are dope.
Yo.
Okay, this is a weird suggestion for the next. Oh shit! Yeah.
Bye now. I waited this whole time for this. That's the only reason I show up to these things. Just for the outro.
As soon as you said whole time, I just imagined like at home.
I'm living in a movie, there's a scene you gotta jump. I got my people at the viewing who all knew me selling tickets. Yeah, they talking about the beauty. I see Scorsese outside saying this isn't cinema. Free man, I ain't doing shit tomorrow, I don't need plans. I'll be kicking it till April off for $3 grand. I don't even need the money, I just need fans.